No challenge coming. Ooh.
Sometimes these bigger dudes surprise us with their athleticism. I never would have thought that Max Muncy could ever pull off something like this. But what's going on, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. We have a lot to talk about today. LA and San Diego, not only did Max Muncy pull that off, but the game got a little bit rowdy. A fan threw a cup of beer at Cody Bellinger. Jorge Soler, the World Series MVP, returned back to Atlanta, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. was showing off the wheels yesterday. Now, if this is your first time on the channel, we do this every single day, so don't be afraid to hit subscribe, and also save yourself money on SeatGeek using code Fuzzy if you're going to any baseball games or concerts anytime soon. And I cannot believe this. No, man, I just got this as an alert. John Means is going to be missing the entirety of 2022. He is going to have to undergo Tommy John surgery, and that just really hurts my heart. I'm sorry, Baltimore fans, because that starting staff has been really good this year, and John Means would have been the captain of that rotation. Now, real quick before we get into the recap, one more thing. TA7 was suspended for flipping the bird to Cleveland fans. As you can see, I did block it out, but a reminder to all the kids out there that are watching, it is fine to flip bats, not birds, okay? So just a reminder, flip bats, not birds. And he was in the lineup yesterday because he appealed the suspension, and maybe it was a bad idea because he kind of threw the game away. We'll get to that in just a second. The youngsters came to play. Kopech was dealing through 4 innings, but he couldn't get any help until the Swiss Army knife himself, Andrew Vaughn, connects on his 3rd home run of the season. Michael Kopech comes in for the bottom half of the 3rd and throws another 0. He ends his night throwing 5 shutout innings with 7 strikeouts and has allowed just 1 earned run over his first 14 1/3 innings pitched. Unfortunately, his defense threw away his efforts. No, literally, TA7 and the Sox defense pull a Cleveland. Their batteries died mid-throwing motion. Emilio Pagan handed a comeback on a silver platter by walking 2 and loading the bases. But fortunately for him, he threw a perfect pitch to end the game, and the Twins improved to 6-8. The White Sox are now 6-7. So let me know in the comment section down below, who do you think is the favorite to win the Central? Is it the surprise Guardians? Is it still the White Sox? Or do you have another team? So because we talked about the Chicago White Sox, let's talk about the other Chicago team. They were facing off against the Pirates, and Berto, I forgot that he was even on the Pirates. He smokes a 2-run extra base hit, only to have that lead quickly evaporate after a Michael Hermosillo, that's how you say his name, there we go, good job, brain, a 2-run double, and then the Ice Horse hasn't arrived, my lord. Michael Chavis is still hitting 400 on the year, by the way, and Berto wanted a piece of that home run action. He belts one to left field for his 3rd RBI of the night, and Stratton allows 2 base hits, but settles down for his 2nd save of the year. The Mariners and the Royals, J-Rod, the breakout is imminent, ladies and gentlemen. He bangs one up the middle and plates 2, and uses that blazing speed. I didn't even realize he was this fast. He reaches second base, and speaking of speed, Jared Kelenic laces a 2 RBI triple, and the future is now Seattle. It reminds me of that one meme from Malcolm in the Middle, the future is now, old man, or something. Chris Flexen had one mistake to Salvador Perez. That was Salvi's 5th home run already on the season, but Flexen didn't let that get to him. 7 brilliant innings is enough to pick up his first dub of the year, and Munoz picks up his first save, and I think that he should be the closer going forward. Seattle can inch their way back to first place if the Angels take a loss. So let's talk about the Orioles and the Angels real quick. Robinson Chirinos bloops one to right for a 2-run single, and Bruce Zimmerman must have woke up feeling dangerous because the dude struck out the side in the 4th. That means Ohtani, the GOAT Mike Trout, and Anthony Rendon were all K'd up. Santander had an infield single in the 6th, which was not good for LA fans. It got worse after a double play was stolen by the umpire's back. I've never seen that before in my entire life. In my opinion, Bruce Zimmerman was left in a little bit too long, and Rendon takes advantage of the matchup, blasting his 2nd home run of the year. Ohtani grounds into a double play in the 8th, and then Marsh is K'd up on an awful call to end the game. And just some friendly words of wisdom, if Jorge Lopez is still available as a closing option in your fantasy league, please go grab him immediately. He's absolutely disgusting. All right, the Giants and the Nationals. Mike Wazowski, I know that joke isn't funny anymore. I just like doing it. Yaz put San Francisco up by 1 because of some iffy Nationals defense, and Slater says, fine, I'll go ahead and do this myself. I don't need iffy defense. He wrecks lefties, so this 3-run ding-dong was not a surprise to me. Brandon Crawford has somehow found the fountain of youth, or is defying father time. He knocks in 3 more after clearing the bases, so if you can't do math, that is a 7-run 2nd inning. The game is basically over, but I do want to show Juan Soto's 500th career hit. He is the 6th youngest player ever to get there. Now, he does get thrown out, unfortunately, but I thought it was a fun moment. Now, there was some drama later on in the game as the Nationals were upset that Thairo Estrada tried to steal second base and then score on a bloop single. They were only up by a few runs. I just don't understand what the problem was. Here's Gabe Kapler after the game quickly making light work of the unwritten rules argument.
Scored 7 runs in an inning tonight. They have Josh Bell and Juan Soto and Nelson Cruz in the middle of their lineup. We know they're capable of scoring 7 runs in an inning as well. So for all the same reasons we talked about before, this is about using every tool at our disposal to compete. I think you probably saw that their bullpen was excellent, and they threw up a bunch of zeros against us. We know that they're a talented group and are capable of doing that, and we need to try to compete at every turn.
Oh, this makes me so happy. Mookie Betts is reminding people that he is, in fact, that dude, and he has just been scuffling as of late. Max Muncy hits one to space, and once it came back down, it was over the wall for a home run. Urias was nasty like always, and he kept San Diego at bay for 1 earned run on just 2 base hits. Muncy, that funky monkey, showed up later in the 7th, scoring 2 on a single, and Mookie's second of the game not just poured, but dumped 10 pounds of salt into the wound. LA is now 10-0 versus San Diego in their last 10 games, dating back to last year. And also, I saw 3 or 4 clips of people fighting, Padres fans versus Dodgers fans, and then this happened. Like, what are we doing, guys? Cody Bellinger was just going for a routine fly ball, and someone chucked a beer cup at him, or I don't know what that was, a popcorn bucket. Like, what are we doing? We're better than that. The World Series MVP was back in town. Jorge Soler got a nice little standing ovation from the fans, and I did not know that Marcell Ozuna was this fast. He was running at a 29.2 feet per second speed, which is borderline elite. He beats the throw for an RBI. Usually I'm not a huge fan of pitching duels because I'm one of those chicks dig the long balls. I love me some offense, but this was fun to watch. Lefty Trevor Rogers tosses 5 great innings, King 5 along the way, but something just wasn't right. And it wasn't right for Marlins fans because Kyle Wright is proving that his 2022 postseason surge was not a fluke. He has figured it out. Another quality start. This time he had 11 strikeouts and 6 shutouts. So he has 26 strikeouts, only 2 earned runs in 17 innings. That is insane. Moving over to the Mets and the Diamondbacks. New York and Arizona traded runs early as Gallen and Peterson were both able to carve their way through 5 very productive innings. And as soon as Zach Gallen left the game, the Mets said thank you and they started scoring. A sac fly and a few grounders puts New York up 3-1, and the struggling James McCann connects. That's got to feel really good. My goodness, that one went 452 feet. The Diamondbacks rattle back and actually claw their way into a tie after Walker and Varsho homer in the 8th and 9th inning. And no, Edwin pointed again. Come on, buddy, we got to stop that. Starling Marte's speed comes in massive as he beats out the throw to grab the lead back, and Seth Lugo got some help from the umpire, and the Mets escape with a 6-5 victory. The Cardinals and the Reds, rookie flamethrower Hunter Green urged fans to show up, and they did, about 21,000 of them, only to see Tommy Pham let a ball get past him, allowing Carlson to score. Hunter Green isn't human, and I say that because he was only, I put that in quotations, only throwing 96. And that was cause for pause because he was throwing 102 multiple times a few games ago. So imagine a concern is only throwing 96. That's how inhuman Hunter Green is. Arenado makes it look easy. The blistering bat, the platinum glove, he is right now the front runner to an MVP in the National League. Now back to Green, I guess the lack of velo did play a part as St. Louis singles in Nootbaar and Sosa. I like Paul DeJong, but Sosa needs more playing time. Nootbaar finds the gap for his first hit of 2022, and look at Steven Matz bouncing back. 6 strikeouts, 1 earned run in 5 innings, and Gallegos picks up his 4th save. The Yankees and the Guardians all rise. See, I'm not biased. Judge literally obliterated a 3-1 cookie that was directly down the middle. Okay, maybe I'm a little bit biased because that was one of the worst pitches I've ever seen. Jamison Taillon allows an Oppo Taco to the Franimal, but he doesn't let that phase him. IKF singles in Donaldson in the 4th to get that run back, and Judge took over the game from there. He shows off the cannon to nab Andres Jimenez. Probably not the smartest idea to do that, especially when J-Ram is coming up next. Taillon ends his night with 1 earned run after 5 with 5 strikeouts, and Judge is at it again. He was my pick for MVP, so he has some stiff competition with Vladdy, J-Ram, and others. Michael King became the king of New York yesterday. Yeah, he struck out 7 Guardians hitters in a row, 8 total in 3 innings, and Chapman comes in for his 4th save. The Red Sox and the Rays, Alex Verdugo, Dougie has been a monster to start 2022. He drives home Trevor Story right before JBJ's ground out makes it 2-0, but it didn't stay that way for long because Franco launched one. We'll talk about Wander a little bit later because we have to talk about Devers. He's not taking as many walks this year, but he is still crushing the ball. Hernandez has been picking up the pace after a slow start. His 3rd inning base hit makes it 4-1, but Tampa Bay is not going down without a fight. Wander, he is the youngest Ray ever to have a multi-home run game. He is 21 years old and batting .393 with 3 home runs and 11 RBIs. And oh yeah, look at those little legs go. He can do this. He has been worth nearly 5 WAR in his first 83 games. That is stupid. Brandon Lau puts the ball in play in the 7th, and in comes Kevin Kiermaier to bring the game within 1, and that's why you signed Trevor Story. The offense needs to pick up soon for Story because he does not want to be known as a Coors Field merchant, but defensively, he has still been very good. Tampa Bay and Houston, Bregman's RBI single. Did Mickey just do it? Oh my God, Miggy just had his 3,000 hit. I just saw it live. That will be in tomorrow's recap, but let's go ahead and focus on the Blue Jays and the Astros. So it would have been more if Santiago Espinal didn't lay out. Well, it didn't really matter though because Yuli singles home 2 more, and then Yuli's brother, his younger brother, Lourdes Gurriel, he was not going to let his team go down without a fight. Lourdes has an RBI ground out for the first chink in Verlander's armor, and Santiago Espinal uses that weight gain to his advantage. He brings it to within 1. Bradley Zimmer was helped by the Crawford boxes. This one just squeaked out. Would have been a home run in just 2 of 30 big league stadiums. Bo Bichette shows off the leather to steal back momentum. Chapman is able to hit it far enough to bring home Vladdy, who was running at a 27.2 feet per second speed, and 27 is considered average, so he was running at an above average speed. The guy was motoring. Romano has a very shaky 9th inning, but he strikes out 3 and is easily #1 in saves, sitting at 8, and he's converted 31 in a row. The Phillies and the Brewers, the 2-timer, Bryce goes the other way like it's normal or like it should be easy for everyone. Renfroe lifts one to right field, and Adames is able to just barely get under the tag. Both Ranger Suarez and Freddie Peralta were solid, so much so that it stayed that way until the 7th. McCutchen gives Castellanos another chance for an outfield assist, but it was off target. And Alec Boehm, yeah, he's back. And I think the primal instinct of losing your job kind of kicked in because as soon as Bryson Stott was kind of made the everyday third baseman, Alec Boehm said, no, I'm going to take that back. He took offense to it. His 2-run single scores Harper and Castellanos, and Boehm is now hitting .440 with 9 RBIs, and Camargo is staying hot as well. Corey Knebel closes the door for his 3rd save, and then last but not least, the Rangers and the A's. Nate Lowe and the Rangers offense are nothing to mess with. Andy Ibanez proves that as well. Miller nubs one down the line for a bunt single, even though it was not a bunt. Simeon has been waking up lately. This one was just a sac fly, so nothing exciting, but Glenn Otto was really good. He came on over from New York in the Joey Gallo trade. 5 strikeouts, 1 earned run in 5 innings, and the Rangers eventually break the seal again in the 9th, scoring a total of 8 runs, and they are now tied for 3rd in runs across Major League Baseball. They have 69 runs as well as the Guardians, so both are very nice. But that is going to do it for today's recap. I cannot wait to talk about Miggy's 3,000 hit tomorrow. Make sure you guys are using code Fuzzy to save yourself some money on SeatGeek, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.
And he's still tough on him.
Oh, what a diving stop by Pena. What hopper for the out.
Lay out. Keep his eye on the ball to knock that down.
The Nats weren't holding Yastrzemski. He doesn't know where the ball is. So Victor Robles can pick up an outfield assist, and he does on an 8-3 double play.
1-1 to Mateo. It's a ground ball. Rendon looks home. Oh my goodness, what a play! He got him! Incredible.
But Anthony Rendon instead, he's playing in. This ball was hit hard. It was by him.
1-0 pitch. On a line. Caught by Bogarts.
Get up, Xander.
Next, gonna give it to you.